So please enjoy the variety of this purple and green petunia. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't seen this variation of it, please take a gander. Most of the videos are looked at on the phone, so it's just a quick glance if you want to listen, but please look at this beautiful flower. Okay, so I recently was at a service for someone who had passed away. There was a pastor there, and I was doing a little bit of detective work online, as we all do, on this particular pastor when I left. And this pastor had gone to this particular seminary or theology school, I guess I should say, in the Chicago area. And this particular school, this theology school, had a center for the engagements of Christians and Muslims. And so I went on the website of that particular center to kind of read some of the things that there were there. And so it's all about peace and justice, etc. It had the basics of Islam, and I didn't see any basics of Christianity, which I thought was interesting. And I think our job is to evangelize and to win souls. And yes, I think having understanding of other faiths can help you, because then you understand what they believe and what they don't believe, and to learn. But isn't the whole purpose to evangelize and to win souls? So I did not see at all anywhere on this site anything about evangelism, anything about winning souls. It was really just about understanding what each other thinks and believes. There really is only one version of truth, God's truth. That's it. No other version of truth. But what was interesting was there was a section where it spoke about the Christian-Muslim relationship and building a better relationship. There was a section where it spoke about the Jewish-Christian relationship and building a better Jewish-Christian relationship. But you know what there wasn't? There wasn't a section on building a Jewish-Muslim relationship. And I think we just need to understand the history of Israel to know that that's not ever going to be. So it's just a very, very interesting organization. I don't want to mention, of course, this pastor's name, and I don't want to mention the name of this place. But the interesting thing to me is, because if the whole purpose is to evangelize and to win souls, you can't do that without Christ. You cannot. Because God gave his son, and you have a group of people of a particular faith, and there probably are other faiths as well, who don't believe that Jesus is God's son. So how do you ever evangelize? I don't even think that's possible. How do you ever evangelize to people? Yes, you're learning, maybe you have more understanding, but how do you ever evangelize to people who don't even believe that Jesus is God's son? I don't even know how you can even go into any sort of place and even evangelize when there are people who do not even believe that Jesus is God's son. So how do you evangelize? Maybe that's perhaps why they don't speak about evangelism and winning souls. They speak about learning and understanding and justice and peace and building the relationships between different denominations, or demonations as I call them, not all of them certainly. But how do we ever evangelize if we can't even speak to a group of people about Jesus Christ, who is the Son of God? Because if that's not true, then the most popular passage in the scriptures is all a lie. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. So we can't evangelize, we can't win souls to people who don't even believe that Jesus is the Son of God. How do we even evangelize? Maybe that's perhaps why they don't. Something for you to ponder. Armor up, we ride at dawn. May God bless you as always. Have a great day.